Hey everyone! We spent last week enjoying our view of the mighty Mackinac Bridge and exploring historic Mackinac Island in northern Michigan. Join us this week as we stay on beautiful Lake Charlevoix, visit the Caribbean-like waters of Torch Lake, and check out some unique houses as we continue our adventures in Michigan. Our home base this week is the East Jordan City Tourist Park in East Jordan, Michigan. This campground sits on the southern arm of Lake Charlevoix. With 56 miles of shoreline, Lake Charlevoix is the third largest inland lake in Michigan. There are plenty of full hookup sites as well as boat slips and a few cabins. There's also a beach and playground, as well as basketball courts and a softball field. The local farmers market even set up shop here at the park, and it was just a short walk for us to go pick up some local produce. Alright, we're gonna go check out the farmers market. It's not very far away, it's just a short walk right here in our campground.
Heck yeah, every Thursday.
Alright, we got our haul from the farmers market. We got a quart of pears, a quart of apples, and an acorn squash. Looks pretty good. And we got dinner cooking in the crock pot. Barbecue ribs. Num 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 num. Wasn't expecting a farmer's market, but we'll take it. Young State Park sits on the shores of Lake Charlevoix in the nearby town of Boyne City. We stopped by this state park one afternoon to go for a hike. We found the trailhead for the White Birch Nature Trail near the boat launch in one of the campgrounds. We started off walking near the shoreline, where we were able to get a couple of good lake views from the trail. Yeah, we're here on the trail here at Young State Park, and look at all this like green grass on this trail next to all these tall trees. It just looks really cool. This trail started off fun, but after a while, we realized that there were quite a few muddy spots along the way. There were a few attempts to cover up the mud with logs, but for the most part, getting around the mud on this trail was not easy. He's gonna go on the side. Oh. Mom, I don't want to go this way. The further we went down the trail, the more we realized there wasn't much trail maintenance here. There were quite a few downed trees that we had to crawl over, under, and around, as well as a couple of broken bridges. This 1.7-mile trail may have been more fun if we didn't have dogs getting muddy along the way. We had heard of Torch Lake years ago and wanted to visit what was considered the Caribbean of the Midwest. This lake is Michigan's second largest inland lake in terms of surface area, and at 19 miles long, it is the state's longest inland lake. Torch Lake is nearly 3 miles at its widest point and is 297 feet deep. The lake was formed at the end of the last glacial period. The water is unusually clear, and the turquoise color of the water is due to minimal organic matter and fine calcium carbonate white sediment. The south end of the lake is popular with boaters who like to hang out at the famous Torch Lake Sandbar. It is a water lover's paradise, perfect for boating, swimming, paddling, and fishing. There are only a handful of public access areas on this lake, and most of the shoreline seems to be taken up by private retreats and rentals. The closest public access to us was the William Good Day Park in Torch Lake Township. This park offers a boat launch, pier, and a beach, and it turned out to be the perfect place to get in the water. It was mid-September, so there weren't any large crowds here at the beach. We enjoyed the view here, and we couldn't resist taking a dip in the clear but cold waters of Torch Lake. Just across the highway from the William Good Day Park is the Torch Bay Nature Preserve. This preserve has some nature trails as well as a beach on Grand Traverse Bay, an arm of Lake Michigan. Rock hounding is a popular activity here as there are endless amounts of polished stones along the beach. While driving around Torch Lake, we stopped at this train depot in Alden. Built in 1907, it was once known as the finest depot on the line north of Grand Rapids, and brought many passengers to Alden, where they would disembark and go to various resorts in the area. The Depot Museum is open on weekends from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Charlevoix is a popular tourist town on the north end of Lake Charlevoix. The town was named after a French explorer who traveled the Great Lakes. Charlevoix is situated between Lake Michigan and Lake Charlevoix, with a channel and the small round lake connecting the two larger bodies of water. It is a tourist destination in the northern Lower Peninsula and sees a lot of boat traffic. One of the big draws to Charlevoix is the mushroom houses. Local architect Earl Young built 26 houses and 4 commercial buildings here in Charlevoix over his 50-year career. While Young was never a registered architect and didn't use blueprints, he had a talent for building distinctive houses that blend in with their environment and use natural building materials such as stone. His goal was to show that a small stone house could be as impressive as a castle. These unique houses are known as mushroom houses, gnome homes, or hobbit houses. Young built his first house in 1921. His most famous home, known as the Mushroom House, was completed in 1951. And in 1965, the Weather Vane Terrace Motel was opened in Charlevoix. Visitors can do a self-guided tour or take the Mushroom House's guided tour in a gem car. These houses are privately owned, so you cannot go inside, but rather visitors can respectfully admire the outside of these unique homes. Charlevoix is also known for its Blue Drawbridge. Memorial Bridge, completed in 1949, is the 5th bridge crossing this channel from Round Lake to Lake Michigan. The drawbridge opens on the hour and half hour, allowing for larger vessels to pass. For lunch, we drove to Boyne City, where we wanted to try the barbecue at Stig's Brewery and Kitchen. When we got there, we realized they unfortunately and unexpectedly were closed for the day. We switched to Plan B, which was lunch at the Boyne City Tap Room. This place had a large beer selection. The food here was excellent. Keisha ordered the Italian sandwich, and I got the cowboy burger. This was definitely a great stop here in Boyne City. East Jordan was a nice quiet town to stay at while enjoying the Lake Charlevoix area. We enjoyed visiting Torch Lake as well as seeing the mushroom houses in Charlevoix. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, we would love if you could hit that like button and subscribe to follow along with more of our adventures. We are heading to the Thumb of Michigan next, where we will enjoy more scenic Great Lakes views, visit a couple of state parks, and check out some of the small Lake Huron towns in this quiet part of Michigan. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.